Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Hogwarts Legacy video. Today I'm going to be going over how to solve all of the Merlin Trials. So rather early in the game there's a level 5 mission where you will help a witch, and in return she'll tell you about these Merlin Trials, and all you do is you drop some mallow sweet leaves on them and then a challenge pops up, you solve it, blah blah blah. This is a very important thing to learn early game and get to right away because it expands your inventory slots. So you start with very few inventory slots, and this is one of the challenges throughout the game that will help you upgrade that exponentially. And so, like I said, it's definitely one that I recommend getting to right away. And so in this video, I'm just going to go over how to solve these. I'm not going to show you every single location because there's like, I don't know, 100 of the things scattered across the map. I'm not sure of the exact number, but it's a lot. But there are 9 variations of challenges for all of those different ones. So I'm going to show you how to solve each type of challenge in this video. But before we get into that, a quick word from this video's sponsor, the Holwick Wand Company. Today's video is brought to you by the Holwick Wand Company, the link for which you will find in this video's description. If you are a Harry Potter fan and you've always wanted to have your very own wand, not a replica of a character's wand from the movies, not some cheap plastic crap from a sweatshop in China, but a genuine handmade solid wooden wand, then the Holwick Wand Company is the answer to your dreams. Every single wand is 100% custom and handmade, so no two will ever be the same. Each wand is hand carved from only the highest quality wood and guaranteed to be from the exact species as advertised. Other custom wand companies crank out the same identical designs or buy birch doubles in bulk before turning them on a lathe, but not the Holwick Wand Company. From the selection process by their master forester to the crafting process of their master wand maker, every step is completed with diligent and loving care and attention to detail. So if you're in the market for a new wand, check them out today. Again, that link is in the description. And now let's get into the video. So the first one we're going to be looking at is the Destroy Stones type. This one's pretty simple, and I will just show you how to do it. It's one that doesn't take a lot of brain power to figure out. So in this one, you will find these standing stone type looking things, the little rock pillars with green circles on them, and all you have to do is destroy them. And now, the regular cast will not destroy these, so you need something stronger. You need Bombarda or Confringo or, well, maybe Expelliarmus?
Expelliarmus.
Okay, so not Expelliarmus, not Glacius. I typically use Confringo.
Confringo.
Because it's a game that you can unlock pretty early in the game and obviously has great range and works. And then you just have to find all of them in the area, and they're typically pretty close to the spot you started at, and you destroy them. Sometimes they'll be hidden behind little grass things like that.
That's that. Settled.
And so once you've completed destroying all of those that are in the general area of your little spiral, that's how you defeat that type of the Merlin Trial. So the second type of Merlin challenge that I want to show you is one of the simplest, but also sometimes most aggravating, but that is until you get the broom, in which case it becomes painfully easy. And so this one is called the Standing Stones Challenge. It's basically a don't touch the ground type thing. You have to step on a number of platforms to get this one, so it's pretty simple. So like I said, before you unlock the broom, you basically just have to jump from one platform to another. Once you get the broom, however, it becomes really simple. You basically just have to gently graze them as you fly over them. And it's not in any particular order, but usually there's one order that makes more sense.
Trials won't get the best of me.
But that's literally all you have to do to defeat that one. So like I said, the Standing Stones one is typically one of the easiest ones that you'll come across. Here we have one called Magic Gulf, and now this one can be played a number of different ways, but basically the 2 spells you're going to want for this one are, starting off, Depulso is going to be the base one. Now you can make it work with something like Bombarda or Confringo, they also work, but you get Depulso earlier than Bombarda, and it also works better than both of them. So that one's kind of the first one you want for this one, but once you've unlocked Wingardium Leviosa, that one makes it even easier. So basically the premise of this one is you'll find a large ball in a large hole, and you have to get the ball into the hole. And typically they're pretty close to the spiral. Now this is an example of one where it's very close. So you can see here's our hole, which is actually covered in this case, so we have to uncover it. Usually it's not, but sometimes you'll get that. And then we have to get the ball into the hole. And so like I said, early game, this is going to be done primarily through Depulso, but once you get Wingardium Leviosa, you can obviously just pick up the ball and push it in. Now this here is going to be easy either way, because we just, have to get it down the hill. And a lot of times they will have, like, a track, so all you'll have to do is get the ball into, like, a long downhill slope, and it will roll down into the hole. But pretty straightforward and simple, and that one is the Magic Gulf type challenge. So for this one, we have the earliest example that you get, because during the initial Merlin Trial mission, this is the one we have, and it's the one where you have to light the 3 braziers. And so the best way to find this one in most cases, because sometimes it's very obvious, but in most cases, you're going to want to activate it, so deploy your Mallow Suite, and then just try to locate the 3 braziers before you start lighting them. So we can see one in front of us right there.
Revelio.
There's one up there, and the reason why you want to activate it is because that way Revelio will highlight it when you cast it. Sometimes they can be hidden, like they'll all be close. Okay, so there's the 3rd one. So, well, first of all, we can break that rock wall.
Confringo.
Because that's in our way. And then typically you want to do the tallest one first, because these they sink into the ground, so you have a time limit to get all 3 of them activated. This one's pretty short, so I'm going to guess that one's going to be our last one. You find a location where you can easily hit all 3 of them, so you can use either Incendio or Confringo to do this one. Unfortunately, Incendio is an incredibly short range, so you have to be super close, so it doesn't work for a lot of them. So once you get Confringo, these get a lot easier. So
Confringo.
We'll cast it on that one, cast it on that one, and cast it on that one.
Not so tricky after all, Merlin.
And there are always only 3 of the braziers. And so that's how you do the light all braziers one. So this next kind of challenge is probably the least intuitive out of any of them. You'll find 3 little totem type things with crystals on the inside of them scattered around your spiral. And this one is the gather the butterflies, or moths type one. So you initiate your Mallow Suite. This one is actually considerably easier at night. But basically, you'll get these little clouds of moths that will appear, and you need to attract them into those totems. And so you attract them by using Lumos.
Lumos.
And sometimes they'll be in really weird spots, and the problem with this is if you do anything, they fly away. So like if you climb and Lumos disappears, you have to quickly get Lumos back on before they disappear, otherwise you're going to lose them. So basically you can collect all 3 of them at once or just one at a time, but all you have to do with these moths is distribute them to the totems. So you just walk by them, and the moths will go into them, light them up, and you do that to all 3 of the totems in the area, and then you win this one. So let me just show you what that...
Lumos.
See? Like I said, if you even temporarily interrupt Lumos, it goes away.
Trials won't get the best of
But yeah,
me.
so like I said, not very intuitive and took me a while to figure out, but pretty easy once you get it figured out. So here at this type of challenge, we have probably the easiest, or at least my opinion of the easiest, and it's just the Destroy Orbs challenge. So you do the same thing as always, you activate your little spiral thing, and then you look for these little orbs. There's usually 9 of them, and they're oftentimes in groups of 3, so you just find all of them. These ones can be destroyed by the basic cast, so you don't need anything special to unlock it. And so, since there's only one that we saw from the surface over here, typically you'll find the rest are hidden. So, here's that one, and then the last one is over there.
Merlin himself would be proud.
And that's all you gotta do. So like I said, that one's easy, straightforward, doesn't require any special spells or anything, just the basic cast. So yeah, the Destroy Orbs one is, in my opinion, the easiest one out of all of the challenges. Alright, and so for this challenge, this one is another one that I figured out pretty quick in the game, but I think some people might have challenges with. It's the Magnetic Balls challenge. So once you've activated your Mallow Suite ring, you'll see 3 rings appear in the area. I mean, you can see them beforehand, but they're covered in vines. And what you have to do is find groups of little magnetic balls and use Accio to get them, or Accio, over to you. So,
Revelio.
They're typically pretty close to your rings. Each set of balls will typically be within Accio range of your rings, but here, for example, I'm not seeing them. So we have to find them. Alright, so here I found some. They were downhill, so since we've got a ring up here that we need to attract them to, best case scenario, yeah, see, so we can angle it from here. So you just
Accio.
cast your summoning spell, walk backwards, and all you have to do is get one of them into here, and then it will attract all of them in that group. So this one is still waiting for one. There it is. So you do that to all 3 rings. Boy, I picked one where all the balls were obnoxiously far away, but I found the next set. So again, all you have to do is get one in, and then they all lock in.
Revelio.
Alright, and so I found another set way up here on the road.
Accio.
So like I said, usually they're pretty close to the rings. Sometimes, like in this case, they can be annoyingly scattered around the area. But there are 3 sets. It doesn't matter which ring you bring them to. Now typically, you know, you want to make it easy on yourself and you find the balls that are closest to the ring that you're working for. But it doesn't really matter because you can drag them as far as you want. And all you have to do is get the first one in. And then the entire set will be, you know, summoned to it. But once you've done that 3 times, then you've solved it. See? And so that is how you do the Magnetic Balls Merlin Trial. This next challenge is one that requires you to have the Flipendo spell. But once you have it, then it's pretty easy. So unfortunately, there is no alternative way. With a lot of these challenges, you can use multiple different methods. This one appears to be you specifically have to have it, but there will be 3 of these pillars around your spiral, and you have to line up the symbols. So basically,
Flipendo.
you just start with one side and get it until you have the same symbol, and now you just need the symbols to match. So since we've got a line down on the bottom, now that pillar is matched up. And then once it's matched up, it'll lock in like that. So you just have to do that to all 3 pillars. So we got another pillar down here on the island, and then one on the beach.
Flipendo.
And there you have it. Once you've matched up all 3 pillars, sometimes you'll have to do it multiple different angles, but once you've done that, you've solved the Merlin trial. And so for our final challenge, we have the Reparo style one. So once you activate your spiral, you will see 3 Merlin totems will unlock and then they'll break, and all you have to do is Reparo each one of them. So this one is, if not the easiest, the second easiest. Because like I said, the one where you destroy the balls, I think is still the easiest, because sometimes it can be hard to find these statues. But other than that, there's not really a whole lot to this one. It's pretty simple and straightforward. So that is the last of the 9 styles of Merlin Trial. Oh, never mind. Sometimes there are more than 3.
Reparo.
So I guess this one had 4.
These Merlin Trials won't get the best of me.
And so, like I said, there are a glut of the Merlin Trials scattered across the map. You need a whole bunch of them for the challenges. I feel like you need like 50 of them for the challenges, but there are maybe twice that many across the map, and all of them are one of those 9 types. So now you know how to do all of them, and I recommend you get to it right away in the game, because upgrading your inventory space is one of the most important things you can do. So that is all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful, but we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.